going on, dudes and dudettes? So I was able to watch a pretty newer, recent movie called The Black Phone. I know a lot of people talked about it back then, and I know it has a sequel that's recently came out too that's supposed to be pretty good, so I kind of just went in thinking that maybe the killer survives and all this other stuff. I won't get into whether he does or not, but when it comes to the synopsis of this one, Finney Shaw is a shy but clever 13-year-old boy who's being held in a soundproof basement by a sadistic masked killer. When a disconnected phone on the wall starts to ring, he soon discovers that he can hear the voices of the murderer's previous victims, and they are dead set on making sure that what happened to them doesn't happen to Finney. And that's basically what it is. Like, each one of those pre-victims to this killer kind of calls his phone as some type of like weird ghostly thing, but it's like they give him advice like, oh yeah, I tried doing this, so dig here, or tried breaking off this part for this window and all that stuff. So they kind of give him advice, but it kind of leads him nowhere in the end. So every time he did something, it was like, okay, he couldn't finish it because the guy was coming to check up on him or finally give him something to eat, or he just never could finish any of the stuff. And then basically the last guy tells him like, yeah, well, now you just have to stand up for yourself and fight your way out of this one. And basically that's what he ends up doing. But there was a nice twist. It was kind of like Silence of the Lambs ish, where you kind of thought it was in one area but really it was in a different one. So I guess that's kind of like a little bit of a spoiler I can give you, but either way, it was still a pretty interesting, spooky movie. It wasn't full of like jump scares. It was just more of like the dread of what was happening and what you're seeing and what it's going through. And there's even like a tough scene even before where it was like a parent beating up a child, and it's like, it's always tough to see, but you know, it definitely happened back then. It's pretty viciously too. But yeah, and then he has a sister who kind of has the same powers that his mother had, where she was like seeing things, and the government tried to use her to help them solve certain cases and stuff. And his sister is seeing like where he might be located and who the killer was, so she's kind of trying to help out the cops and stuff. So yeah, overall it was pretty interesting movie in the end. I believe even the director Scott Derrickson is like a full-on Christian, and he said he likes making these horror films because he can get into some of the deep stuff. I think he did like Sinister and something other pretty crazy before that. I knew him from directing Doctor Strange and Marvel, which was a pretty trippy movie. But overall, yes, I did enjoy this movie, and a couple of nice spooky scenes here and there. I'm kind of interested in seeing what the second one is about. I don't think I've seen the trailer, just because if it gave something away in this first one, I didn't want it to spoil it. So I'll definitely be checking that out, and I think you should check out The Black Phone as well.